Okay, guys. Oh gosh. Yeah. We have started, guys, and oh, sorry, we have to still fix something. Apologies. Okay, we're fixing that now. Okay, we just fix that now, and set. Okay, guys. God, I beg. Well, okay, guys. I don't just know. One day, bleed the lamp. What should we bleed the lamp? They bleed the lamp. What should go the guy? All right, guys. I beg. I just try to see something or more. That. I don't know why is this stressing me today, code, but it's fine. So, guys, we just started, and we're going to be we're embarking shortly now, and I guess I have to fix something on my screen before we start seemingly, and I'm just going to be doing that now. And sorry, fixing something on my screen. Oh. Well, okay, guys. So we just started now, and before you is UF graphics, and we're back and we're six, just like we've been doing, just like we'll keep doing, just like we've always been doing. We just started a few minutes ago, and you're just seeing us, and if this is your first time of seeing us, well, we're welcoming you, and we're so happy as well to come up here, and we are active. Like we just started this live stream a few minutes ago, and before now we're going to be doing welcoming. We're going to be doing more of welcoming. Yeah. Greetings. Said hi. Was seeing you. Your presence means a lot. Thanks for joining our live stream session, and we're good. Okay, guys, we just started now, and we're going to be doing welcoming. So, firstly, we're welcoming new viewers. If you're a new person here, just seeing us for the first time, like it feels good seeing us. So we're welcoming you, and if you're a returning viewer, like maybe you've ever joined our live stream before, thanks for coming back, and that's for that one. And if you're just passing by, and this is your first time of seeing us, we're welcoming to our live stream session, and we're not here to waste your time or anything that looks like that. Trust me. Is it trust me? It's going to waste your time. Anyway, guys, we just started, and I'm UFGRAPHICS, and many people know me already, and we'll be streaming for a while. And what we're doing is simple. Yes, it's simple in the sense that okay, firstly is that anytime you see us coming up like this, we are on a serious business. I don't laugh too much today. I'm serious. Okay, we're on a serious business, and what we're also actually talking about is real. Let me explain. If you're still not the first time, I guess I should just use this medium to actually what's it called, give you a detail, like more like clarify you on what we're talking about, so that you're not going to look confused or even stuck. Do you get? So to do that, oh sorry, I have to adjust something. To do that, okay, what we're talking about is life after school, the brutal truth every student, every young person should know. Calm down, don't rush. I'm going to break it down. What I mean by we're talking about life after school. Now, mind you, school is only guiding you on your career, on your discipline, what you're studying. And we say that, when we see young people failing, when we see intelligent people, oh my, Jesus, guy, this is not serious. Let's stop being guy. I Apologies, guys, and so sorry for the bridging. The network just breached, so I was actually fixing something. Apologies. Okay, guys, I was so sorry for that, and sounds cool. Seeing you again. So I was actually doing work on main. I guess that was the point I was, and before the network shaked off. Okay, guys, we just finished doing work on main, and we said before we come up here, like anything you see us doing here is for a reason, and we've been talking about life after school, and every single session stream you see us doing is actually pointing towards life after school talks, more like student life or students life after school. That's when they have when they are actually out from the university and they are going to be living in the real world. And we said it should be guided, it should be talked about, it should be what's it called, emphasized on deeply, because people are not even talking about it, and this is the root, more like the basis, the basis issue, or more like problems of young people failing. So it's not just all about being intelligent. No, your intelligence will still be that you feel if you lack the right information. It's just like knowing something. That's more like being able to solve it. It's just like have solution of it. I just don't know how to explain that. Like you being able to actually know something, it gives you a better chance. Like you stand a better chance of solving such problem. So this more like telling students, omo, see, this is what real life brings. This is what real life is going to be throwing to you. This is what to expect. This is how it is. And another in what's it called? In on that angle, they are going to actually make preparations and be prepared. Anyway, that's the emphasis, and it's cool. More like what we saying, and I don't know, guys. Today's live schedule is hectic, guys, but it's fine. I'm going to manage. Here is very hot. Here is hot. I'm sweating already. Here is very hot. It's fine. I'm going to be managing. Okay, I said we are sex, and if you're seeing us for the first time, we are welcoming you again. Now we're going to be diving into deeply, something we have on our thumbnail that says something like independent life, the rule of independent life or something. Mind you, I said we talk about students' life after school. That's when they have graduated. And every single thing you see us saying in our live stream sessions anywhere, that it is actually pertaining to it, because nobody is talking about it. This needs to be talked about, because a lot of students are still stuck despite their intelligence, despite they are very, very smart. Yes. Now, this is not something that smartness can go. I don't know. Like, it's just more like they need to be prepared. Yes, we actually need to prepare them on this part. And that's what we're doing. And that's the goal. More like the goal, the priority. And on that angle, we're going to be diving into deeply. So what we have today is mainly is unspoken rule of surviving on your own. I don't know. Well, it's fine. Calm down. Okay, I said unspoken rule of surviving on your own. Unspoken rule of surviving. This is more like telling students, many students want to live independently. It's very, very cool, but here we're going to be telling you that independent life costs a lot. Like, it's very, very expensive, and you need to be aware of some things before you ever step into it. Now, stepping into or stepping into the reward, or stepping into independent life unprepared, uninformed, is just more like where you jump into the river when you cannot swim, and you know what that means. You're going to be drowned. So we actually want to inform students, give them a clearer picture and a detailed knowledge of what independent life actually looks like, and what they are going to be expecting, and what they are going to be meeting, encountering, and how possible ways they can actually navigate. So that's more like today's session script, and everything we're going to be talking about is on these parts. And firstly, that's the what's it called, the unspoken rule of surviving. Nobody said this rule is very, very, very rare, and them not knowing it, they're not even realizing it. So wow, sounds cool. Very light. Anyways, it's fine. So I said introduction. Many students want to graduate. Many students want to just move out, live independently, and that sounds cool. We're not saying it's bad. That is one of the what's it called? One of the features of what's it called, a young person or something like an adult. So you're going to live independently, and yeah, we also need that it needs to be prepared for. There is a certainty, like there is a necessity for preparation, and failure of, or what's it called, if you fail to make preparations for it, is going to actually come out bad. Like that's just the emphasis. And okay, we said, what does surviving on your own actually means? Like when we talk about students surviving on their own, or let's just say when we talk about independent life, what are we actually emphasizing on? It's just more like a question. Now, this means taking responsibilities on your own, making decisions on your own, actually catching for yourself. This is more like in a state where you're actually living on your own. You're chasing your goal. You're not often supported. Like you're not receiving. There's nobody supporting you. Have you seen? So that stage, most times for some people can be frustrated because they are going to encounter a lot of things. They're going to encounter emotional, what's it called? Rejections, failure, or criticism, pressures. There is several things that you're going to be encountering at that stage. And if you're not strong mentally and in other areas, you're going to be stuck. And you know what that means already. Okay, so we're going to just be a bit precise and a kind of, so we said what does surviving on your own really means, and we just try explaining that surviving one surviving on his own is just more like taking up responsibilities, chasing your goal, getting every single thing all by yourself, and God that big. The network is, and it. Okay, I will just try. Oh gosh, I'm going to try to be precise and maybe just run things around and we care off. Okay, I was trying to say the first shock many students experience, money disappears fast. Now they're going to actually start experiencing no more. There's more to life. They are not actually prepared. Maybe as a result of their spending more than they're earning, or maybe as a result of they are being pressured, they are being what's it called, faking lifestyle and all of that. So that actually going to be costing money and trying to impress people and all of that. Living what's it called, spending more than they are earning. That has to do with, that's when we introduce what's it called, or financial intelligence. There is this session stream we did. We titled it financial intelligence. On the stream, we're like selling young people or more. Money needs knowledge to actually handle it. If not, you're going to actually experience inefficiency, and you know what that means. You're going to spend more than you're earning, and that alone can ruin your career, if not life entirely. And we're saying here, well, money disappears fast, and this can be as a result of no budget, no savings, or let's just say no actual preparation. They are just lavishing, they are just spending for the money. I don't know how to explain that, but it can be frustrating and it's not always funny. So that's the shock or the first experience. Then the second one is nobody will push you anymore. You know, if you graduate, you're more like an adult. Of course, you cannot deny the fact. So we're saying that nobody is going to be pushing you. Nobody is going to, what I mean by nobody is going to be pushing you, nobody is going to be reminding you what to do. You assume to be adult, you assuming to know what to do. You know what you ought to do at every particular time. And if you're not disciplined, I just know it's not going to be funny. If you're not disciplined, you're going to just, you're going to be easily distracted. You're going to be, I don't know, like it's not going to be funny. Just take it that it's not going to be funny. Do you get? And you're not, or nobody is pushing you. You know, in school, your lecturers are reminding you, your parents are reminding you. There is schedule, like the school structure is very well scheduled, and you're being reminded on what to do. But real life is telling you to take, like you're taking up responsibilities, like doing your things, everything is left for you. And if you fail, is it falls in your hand. And if you still or succeed, it falls in your hand. So that stage is very, very crucial. And the earlier student gets to know this, and actually they are going to start making preparations in order not to be victims, because a lot of students are regretting because they did not get the information. Like, nobody told them, they were not just informed. And the painful part of it is that school is not going to tell you. School is just interested in teaching you theoretically, equipping you, make or you actually exploring. At the end, school will just issue a degree, more like a certificate, and that's the duration of the years you stayed. And that situation or certificate is more like your report card. It's like just like evidence, and your, or what's it called, your like things that you did so far now, like report card, your proof. If you had what's it called, if you studied hard, or like let's just say had it be you studied hard or anything, like it's going to be showing. That's the list school is going to be giving you. That's a certificate. And we said their certificate, it's just like a proof you attended the university. That certificate is not telling you that you're a successful person already. No, the certificate is not a proof that you're a successful person. The certificate is not telling you that life is easy or life has sorted it out. No, it's just a proof you have a knowledge. Is a proof you're a specialist maybe in a particular something. Or actual degrees are cool, it's very, very cool, but our emphasis is just to tell students, young people, that don't depend on it alone, because most times it's not going to, what's it called, it's going to be inefficient, I don't know, in financial aspect, because degree most times fails. Yes, most times degree fails in the aspect of job market. What we mean by job market, this is for jobs, like people that are going to be going or hunting for job. And most times many of them are going to be rejected, many of them are going to be frustrated at the same time looking for jobs. Most of them are going to be disappointed. And let's take a, just imagine when a student or a young person actually has certificate alone without any of that, like, what's it called, income stream or anything. He or she is just going to be frustrated, and there's nothing to beckon on. Have you seen? So that's, sorry, that's more like going to be frustrating, like it's going to be really frustrating. And we have something again, loneliness and pressure, independency. You're going to be lonely. That's more like a stage of isolation. You're actually isolated. You have a focus, you have something that you're chasing. And you know one thing about chasing goals and all of this is not easy, because you're chasing things that people are not seeing. Okay, let's take a look at the chasing vision. Mind you, is your unit. You first of all, there's a saying that you cannot become what you have not pictured already. If you cannot imagine something, you cannot become that. It first of all comes to your subconsciousness. Like, you will first of all imagine it. You first of all process it. It has to come to your mind. Your mind has to capture it first. Now, after your mind have captured it, it's going to actually look for a way. That's navigating. If I want to travel, I want to give you a practical example of what I mean by vision, and for you to understand the basis. If I want to travel to a particular location, let's assume that I want to travel to Ghana, and I'm in Nigeria currently. Let's say Ghana is my actual destination that I'm going, and I'm in Nigeria. Actually, I'm going to take transportation, maybe through flight or transport. Everything. So that transport is more like goals, more like things that I'm actually doing to actually get to my destination. Now, you cannot just disappear and appear in Ghana. No, it's not possible. Unless you have superpowers. Even if you have superpowers, of it's difficult. Do you get? So I'm trying to tell you what visions look like. And we said at the point of chasing dreams or whatever, you're more like going to, people are not seeing what you're seeing. Even when you explain it to them, they're not getting it, because it's your personal stuff. And we said it's better to be, what's it called, like it's that occurrence or that stage actually make you a different person, because you're actually chasing something. My head wants to bust. My head wants to bust. My head wants to bust. Guy, this network. See how network is for my stream, guy. This is painful. Too bad today. Like the network is very bad. Well, sorry guys for the obstruction. It's fine. I'm continuing now, and we're pushing. And sorry, the network breached, and so sorry it affected some people already currently watching, and it's fine. So sorry that the network breached, and we just try fixing that. So network, I'm pleading with network. Network, stop disturbing my stream. Network has been disturbing my stream. What is this network? This network is disturbing me, guy. It's fine. I just hope it doesn't obstruct the stream again. So guys, I was actually talking about direction, and I said if when someone have direction, like if you have a focus, if you have a direction, if you have what you're chasing, distractions are going to be less. Let me tell you why. Distractions are going to be less because you're actually on something, and even when you're distracted, you can easily come back on track because you have something you're chasing, you have something in your mind. But when you don't have a focus, like when you don't have something you're chasing, you can easily be distracted, and at that point, at the same time, you can lose, like you could disappear, like you will be distracted forever because you don't have vision, you don't have targets. Now what target does is that when you're distracted, at some point you're going to know that actually before now you were chasing something, you're going to come back. But if you don't have direction, if you don't have something that you're chasing already, another person can hire you to come and chase the same dream with him, or I don't just know. Like this is it. When okay, they said if you don't have work, someone will employ you to come out. Friends, influencers, like people around are going to be colonizing you to come and help them chase their own dreams. Have you seen? It's not just funny. So that is it, and we're urging every youth, every young person watching us, every Nigerian student, any student in the whole world, anywhere you have direction, and direction comes with clarity. Like if we're talking about direction, clarity comes alongside when you have direction. When you actually, the journey of the 1,000 miles, they said it starts with one stop. First stop is taken, the journey has started. Despite there is still thousands started. Now I'm trying to give you your arms and actually be a starting. Every bungalow was actually a time it was being, or what you call, starting point and everything. So that tells you that everything started small and nothing just started existing. So there is saying again, if you're building something big, there's no need to rush. You just enjoy the process. And we're telling you that clarity comes alongside direction. Now that shows you that if you're doing something, the more you're doing it, the more clearer you're becoming, the more intentional you're becoming, the more things started, like the more things are going to start being clear just because you've started working on that part. So that's just it, and it's fine. I'm stressed, guy. I'm stressed. I don't want to explain more on that. It's fine. Okay, we said the unspoken rule of structure, or what you call survivor. That's the main topic of today's stream. And we feel exhausted. I just don't know why. I don't feel like talking too much today. Like today is just hectic. I'm sweating and everything. So I just feel that I should just say a few things and all of that. So you guys should just manage me for today. I'm not mentally okay. I'm not mentally okay now. Okay, I will just progress. I will just still say few things. The unspoken rule of survivor. Mind that's the emphasis of today. And we said rule number one: learn how to manage money. Yes, the unspoken rule of survivor. We're saying survivor is more like a stage of being independent, a stage of figuring things by yourself, a stage of chasing your goals, and it's more like an isolation stage because you're chasing your goals. Like this is your personal life. Do you get? And your part is left for you to play it. Like it's left for you to play it. And we're saying here, the rule number one, the rule or number one of the unspoken rule of survivor is how. Okay, we said learn how to manage money. you can if you don't have what's it called financial intelligence, even when they give you the highest currency, you're going to still under it. Now the reason is because it's not because you love spending money. The reason is just because you lack the knowledge to handle it. You know, if we're talking about money management, if we're talking about financial management, financial intelligence, this has to, what comes to your mind, it's just, if you're just to answer, you just say maybe a best way to handle money or to manage money. No, like, it has to do with a lot of what's it called, a lot of wisdom. You know, you need to be, what's it called, there's what they call budgeting. This has to do with your spending. You have to budget for before you spend. You don't just spend lavish. You don't just spend because people are spending. You don't spend to impress people. You don't fake life. Like, you don't just spend to pressure people. Do you get? And if you start spending for all of these things I mentioned, you're going to be stuck at some point, because you're going to be like, I don't just, it's not just going to come out with. So what we mean by what's it called financial intelligence, I said firstly is budgeting. Budgeting is actually knowing what you want to buy, actually knowing what you want to purchase, actually knowing what you're planning to purchase or whatever. And I don't just know things of that nature. And that's for budgeting. And we said there's something called savings. Of course, everybody knows what savings. You just maybe ability to save money and use it for future purpose or whatever. Something of that nature. Yeah, savings actually cool. And there's something called reinvestment. You know, in business, I'm not actually a business. What's it called? Something called reinvestment. Now, reinvestment is not actually your gain. Actually, reinvestment is your gain, part of your gain. You save so small, you save some, you eat small, like you eat some, like you spend some on yourself, then you reinvest. It's actually your gain. That's called investment, and investment always help in any person or any successful business is actually observing and investing. And that's for it. And mind you, I was just saying tips, more like what's it called? Something like unspoken rule of survival, just how to survive in the real world, only for young people, because most of them are not what's it called, inculcated with the necessary knowledge they need to know. So they're just going to come out in the real world looking at everything, looking confused, looking frustrated. We don't want that. And that's every session stream we're doing here is just actually provide them with the necessary information they will be needing, and they are going to navigate. Well, it's fine. Okay, we said learn a skill. Mind you, rule number 2, learn skills. Now we tell young people, Omo, if you're actually going to be navigating your life, you need skill. And skills has several varieties, like very several areas. If we're talking about skill. Now skills, okay. Firstly, skills is very lengthy. Now, firstly is every young person needs communication skills. I'll explain. What I mean by communication skill is the ability to communicate effectively and efficiently. And a good example of a good communication is feedback. Now, feedback is telling you that you communicated rightly. Feedback is more like a reply from, like, you're the sender, you encoded, someone decoded your message. That's a feedback. And maybe, okay, someone decoded it, that understood what your message is all about, and gives you a feedback. That's a reply. Now, many students don't know how to communicate effectively and efficiently, and we say the real life you're going to be communicating a lot. And mind you, communication skill is not inbuilt. You're not born with it. You have to develop it, and developing it is by practicing, is by learning it, is by communicating. So that's part of the life skill. In school is not going to teach you communication skills. School is not even going to test that. So most students, them not knowing this, are just going to graduate in real life without even knowing how to communicate effectively. And there is a saying that even if you're the most intelligent person on the world, if you cannot express yourself So if you could prove, you cannot show results, like it's not going to be funny. So communication skills has to be considered if we're actually referring to real life existence, and sorry, or like students succeeding or navigating in real life. Communication skills is part of it. And communication skills is very efficient because you're a being. So you're going to associate with being. Second one is networking. Networking. I don't mean normal network. I mean networking. Just the ability to associate with people has to just something like it has to do with people now. Networking, maybe business partners, collaborators, just to network with people, mainly people higher than you, has to become better. Have you seen? And we say networking is very, very important. Has to become better. Have you seen? And we say networking is very, very important. In the real world, who open door for you. Let me explain. If I know Donald Trump, if I know the American president, and the American president knows me, if I want to see him, I'm going to I'm going to I don't just know, like I'm not going to observe some protocols. Let's just say normal protocol is that I'll have to go here, just because I know the president personally. I will just move straight to see him. Have you seen who opens door for you? Like who matters in the real world, and this can be traced through networking. Networking is just to mingle with people, like just have things to do with people, talk with people, like have things to do with people, advance yourself. Say that I'm not talking about the same. I'm just because friends that advise people that you do things together with and all of that. This has to do with this just a around you. Sorry, as a news, like I caught into me. I caught. I caught into me. Shit. It's fine, guys. Leave the network. The network is just bad today, and I've been managing already. And very soon I'll be backing off. Let me just ask. I have less than 10 minutes now to be backing off. Okay, let me just be fast and precise as well. Okay, I say stop waiting for life to be easy. I was actually emphasizing on that before the network breached again. The network breached again. The network stops again. I don't just know. I will try fixing this when I'm done with the stream. So stop waiting for life to be easy. That's the emphasis, and that's what I've been saying. Life, you're going to experience a lot. Things are going to be shown to you. So the best thing is just to look for a way to be strong, mentally, emotionally, all aspects, be competent to handle it, not to avoid it because it's inevitable. It's more certainly come. Like is inevitable. Things that life is going to be showing it to you, and you're not actually resist it, like actually stand strong to navigate. So that's the emphasis. And we said you're going to experience failure, rejections, and what failure is not telling you to stop, but there is still some hidden truth about failure that people are still yet to realize. People are still peeping to know it. People don't even know it. Failure have an advantage. I will tell you why. One of the advantage of failure is that it tells you that you're not ready. It exposes your weak points to you. It's I don't just know, like it's disgrace you, or failure disgrace you to actually know that you need more to that. Now let me tell you how. Okay, let's assume that you actually undergo a course and you failed. If you have a good mindset, if you have a developing mindset, you're going to see that as an occurrence, not your failing. Reason is because you just take it up to yourself that maybe I did not prepare well, maybe my techniques did not work, maybe I actually got something wrong. Have you seen? So it's actually going to make you to put more effort, to use more time, like to give time, to give your best to that, and actually, or maybe you're going to the result is going to actually come out well because you needed more time to it. But if you're always seeing failure as something that is restricting you, something that is killing you, something that is making you to stop, of course you're going to stop. And that's not the best option, because people that succeeded, people that wins, that winning on everything, that doesn't mean that there was any time they did not fail. Most of them failed multiple times, more than you can even imagine. But what keeps them going, or what makes them to win, was just their inability to give up. They refuse to give up. And that's what actually, that's what's it called, that's one of the characteristics of winners. They are always refusing to give up. So that doesn't mean that they did not fail. Most of them failed countless times, but the huge difference there is they refuse to fail. Sorry, they refuse to give up. They is their inability to surrender. That was make them. That's what makes them a successful people today, because they actually persisted to the end. So that's to say that success is not easy. If success is easy, everybody would have been successful. That means actually people that succeeded, there's actually something they did, or maybe people I don't know how to explain that. So the people that succeeded, or people that actually made it, there's something they did, or there's something that they did, though maybe people are not ready to do it. Maybe there's something that they did, people are not ready to do it, or there's something that, or maybe people are seeing it but they don't have what it takes to do it. I don't just know. Like